Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the presentation of colors and remain standing for the playing of our national anthem and invocation. Color Guard, parade the colors. Color Guard, retire the colors. Lieutenant Commander Matthew Four will now deliver the invocation.
Let us pray. Almighty God, we celebrate our MPS graduates as they are all looking forward to their future. In an era marked by rapid advancements, forward-looking, forward-thinking, hurry up and go, they are all excited about what's to come. Yet, on the heels of the 80th anniversary of D-Day, let us also reflect the glory of our heroic and important past when General Eisenhower said, "You are about to embark upon the Great Crusade. Your task will not be an easy one. I have full confidence in your courage, devotion to duty, and skill in battle." When FDR prayed the words, "The pride of our nation, to preserve our republic, to set free a suffering humanity, give strength to their arms, stoutness to their hearts, steadfastness in their faith, that by thy grace and by our righteous cause our sons will triumph." When Reagan said at the 40th anniversary that General Marshall described our kids as our secret weapon, the best damn kids in the world. Where do we find such men, he said? Where we've always found them, in this country. God, this spring class of 2024 at the Naval Postgraduate School are the same people described by these three American presidents, the best damn kids in the world. God, I ask, bless these graduates and their families as they embark on their respective journeys, and may they continue to shine brightly as champions of innovation, stewardship, and service. In your infinite wisdom we pray. Amen.
Amen. Please be seated. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Naval Postgraduate School Spring Quarter graduation. Sharing the stage with President Rondeau and Provost Newman is our esteemed guest speaker, Vice Admiral Aeschbach, the chairs of our academic departments, and our local military leadership who have been deeply involved in the education of today's graduates. I would now like to introduce Dr. Jim Newman, Acting Provost of the Naval Postgraduate School.
Good morning, students. Good morning, platform party and honored guests. Good morning, family and friends. In a world of significant uncertainties and rising tensions, it is nonetheless appropriate for us to take some time to reflect on the gratitude we can share as a community embodying the ideals of education, research and innovation, and service. To that point, I would like to ask our soon-to-be graduates to join me in thanking the community of the NPS faculty and staff and your family and friends, the professors, lecturers, researchers, academic support folk, financial folk, timekeepers, administrative folk, travel folk, parents, siblings, partners, children and friends, and every single person who has helped contribute to your education. Please join me in a warm round of applause. During my previous career as a civilian NASA astronaut, I was privileged to work with outstanding officer and civilian astronauts, not only from America, but also from our international partner countries. So I understood when General Mattis recently in this room said, "Allies, allies, allies. We are so glad you are all here. We need to work together." Now that I am working at the Naval Postgraduate School, I am happy that, although I did not serve my country on naval ships, ships of the line, I did at least serve on ships. Spaceships. Now they say that advice is worth what you pay for it, so here goes. The first bit is particularly true in space, but is often applicable down here as well. Sometimes the slower you go, the quicker you can get there. And in general, when you have power, use it for good. When you have time, enjoy it. When you see opportunity, lean into it. Thank you for all you do for your countries and for your allies. Congratulations, graduates.
Ladies and gentlemen, I am honored to introduce the President of the Naval Postgraduate School, Vice Admiral Anne Rondeau, United States Navy, retired.
Good morning. Good morning. Is this on? Oh, there it is. Thank you. Good morning. Good morning. It's great. So what a great day it is for you and for us and for your nations and for the United States. We are very pleased and very honored to be able to use this day of celebration. And for all of you who are out there who are now going to be our graduates, this day is about you. But tomorrow, the day is about the other. It's about the teams, the nations that we serve, the governments that we serve, the cause that we serve, and about those of us who are around us, for whom we work and who work for us. So this is about you today, but let this be restorative to what you need to do in the following days, weeks, months, and years. So we welcome you all. I do want to put a point on the Provost's comments and let us know and recognize we have a number of representatives here from other countries who are here for their graduates. If you would please stand and just stay standing, and then we'll give you a whole round of applause when we're done. Captain Jose Oxley, the Assistant Naval Attaché from Chile in Washington, and as well as from Indonesia, Mr. Prasetyo Hadi. And Mr. Hadi has been here for every single Indonesian student since I have been here. It's very good to have you here, sir. And you are with Mr. Mahmudin Nur Al-Ghazali and Ms. Nurwisha Sirif. And Mr. Ghazali is from the Indonesia Council for Information and Social Affairs. And Ms. Sirif is here from the Economic and Indonesian Protection Citizens Officer. From Taiwan, Lieutenant Colonel Chung Run Yu. He is the Director of the Military Student Office for the Taipei Economic and Cultural Office. Lieutenant Colonel Yi Che Lo, who is the liaison officer for the Taiwan Air Force, and Commander Hung Rui Chen, who is the assistant naval attaché and an NPS alum. A round of applause, please. And so that everybody here knows, I thank you very much. So that everybody here knows, we are graduating today 27 international warrior scholars, and they will join more than 7,000 students from nearly 130 nations around the world who have graduated since 1954. And I want to thank the International Graduate Program Office for their work in making sure that these students do really, really well. So thank you very much. Oh. So this is a day that we think about a lot of things for our graduates. It's, am I packed and ready to go? And for their families, it's, I cannot believe they made this. But this is really an important time, and for all of you with children, and I say this every time, if they're crying, if they're making noise, it's okay, because that's why we're here. Is for their prosperity, their freedom, their health, and their welfare. So we welcome the children here for what they are for us, and that is our cause and our purpose. So leadership. There's a certain type of leadership that we all have, our leadership of character, our leadership of example. And there's also the leadership of mind and intellect toward what we're doing to solve problems and make things better. For you who are here, this is a leadership challenge and opportunity and obligation. When the chaplain talked about the fact that FDR, President Roosevelt, talked about the stoutness of heart. When you go to your next place, I encourage you to do a number of things. That stoutness of heart will be part of the honor, courage, and commitment which you need to be able to employ whenever it comes to the discussion, the planning, the dialogue about what is right and wrong, what is good and bad about what we are doing. Asking the questions and the queries. Why are we doing that? How can we do it better? What is it that we need to do? It's really important to understand that stoutness of heart and that confidence and competence and the courage to speak up when you are informed and when you have thought things through is really critically important. The world is completely confusing, and it seems to be at the point of fire. It is. But in some ways, it always has been. Part of our war right now and our fire right now is a fire of the intellect, the fire of the freedom of thinking about what's right and wrong and good and bad and smart and not so smart. So there's a fire of the intellect and of the cognitive knowledge that you need to have. What we have done here as NPS and the faculty and the staff are so committed to this is to ensure that you leave here with the best that we've got to give you. But in the end, when you leave here, it's what is inside your head and your heart and your strength of courage that will really tell if we gave you the confidence for your competence. And so this is just a part of the journey that you got. But it is a really important part because you had a chance to pause and to think things through and to think about what it is that you didn't know and how that then transfers to what you need to know. So we are very proud to have you here. We're very proud to see you go away. Because that means that on the breezes and the winds and as the winds blow, you've taken part of us with you. And I want you to continue to think that. And if you need to call back home and say, hey, I don't know about this, what do you think? Do that. Because as you travel, you are taking a piece of us with you. And we are right alongside in every step of the way. We remember. And so I invite you to be the alumni of NPS, the alumni of each other, of the kinds of learning that you've done, the kinds of learning that you will do. And it is that attitude, the willingness to ask questions. If leaders do nothing else, they need to ask good questions. You won't have all the answers, but asking the questions and encouraging others to ask questions is your obligation. That's what leaders do. So it's wonderful to have you here this day. It's wonderful to have your friends, your family, all those who have been around you. So this is a day of gratitude, a day of gratitude for this faculty who taught you so well with their hearts and their minds and their intentions, and for you who have worked to learn so well. What a day of celebration to say that knowledge wins, knowledge is power, and I am part of that power. That means you. Thank you very much. So one of the great privileges that I have here is to bring to you a leader who cares about you and about this kind of work. So Admiral Kelly Aeschbach has in many ways been such a forward pioneer leader. Now you might think that I'm saying that about her as a woman. Yes, that's true. But more importantly, as a warfighter. She has been able to advance things, and now she is, and you'll read her bio, that she is, of course, the commander of Naval Information Forces. But before that, she was also asking those questions and doing the inquiry. And I said this last night at a dinner with her. I've been to many meetings where Admiral Aeschbach talked as Captain Aeschbach, as Rear Admiral Aeschbach, as Vice Admiral Aeschbach. And every single time, the room got quiet. Because when Kelly spoke, she spoke with knowledge and information and clearly and pointedly, and she made the point so that everybody else felt smarter and better. This is the kind of leader that has been leading the force for a while, and it is a privilege to be able to call her a friend, but much more importantly, it's an honor to be able to say to you, here is a leader for you to hear. Thank you.
Well, good morning, everybody. Okay. So first, President Rondeau and to the NPS team here, thanks very much for inviting me to take part in what is truly a day of celebration. I was really startled when I read the numbers, and the fact that we're honoring 335 scholars this morning is just incredible, really remarkable and fantastic to be a part of this. And to all the distinguished guests, the faculty and staff members, and all the family members and friends who are joining us today, some of you who are watching, I think, online, I'm just really pleased and honored to be with you. Most importantly, to the graduates of the Naval Postgraduate School Spring Quarter, thank you for including me today. Standing before you this morning and seeing your faces, though it's a little difficult with the way the lighting is up here, and those of all of your supporters. I think we have over 1,000 people across the auditorium. I can't help but feel the same way that President Rondeau does, just immense pride in your dedication and your perseverance, which were absolutely essential to you reaching this significant milestone today. And candidly, as I approach my retirement from 34 years of service next month, I can't help but feel a little envious of your experience. As I have told President Rondeau and many of my colleagues before, I never had the chance to go to MPS, although it was on my wish list. I feel lucky to be able to stand on the stage today in a different capacity, and so again, I thank everybody for the opportunity to be here. To our graduates, your journey to crossing the stage today has been marked by rigorous academic endeavors, demanding projects, and countless hours of study and research. The diversity of your experiences and the breadth of your newfound knowledge are truly impressive. They will enrich our military community and foster a collaborative environment that is essential for tackling the complex challenges we face today. 346 degrees are being awarded to you today, 346, including 5 PhDs. Your contributions span a wide range of disciplines from cybersecurity and information warfare to engineering and business administration. I was also so impressed to see the list of spring quarter awardees spanning across the services. My husband would be proud that I think the Marine Corps dominated in that award list. But it included our international graduates, and it encompassed a wide range of focus areas. The projects and theses you have completed are not just academic exercises. They are potential solutions to real-world problems that our military faces. Whether it's developing new strategies for cyber defense, improving the efficiency of our logistics and supply chains, or enhancing our understanding of international relations and security, your work has immediate and practical applications. You are leaving MPS equipped with the knowledge and skills to make a tangible difference in our operations, ready to contribute to our national defense in new and innovative ways. Today, we celebrate not just your graduation, but the promise of your future contribution to our armed forces and our nation's security. And that is what I believe makes an education from MPS so unique and so invaluable. This school doesn't just graduate scholars. The Naval Postgraduate School graduates warfighters, and it is unrelenting and ruthless in this focus. It offers an environment where operational experience and academic rigor intersect to produce leaders who are both thinkers and doers. You, the graduates, embody this intersection. You have the practical experience of service combined with the advanced knowledge gained here. This combination makes you exceptionally well prepared to tackle the challenges ahead, which you can now view differently, truly considering what is possible tactically, operationally, and strategically. It encourages disruptive thought that will deliver the new and innovative solutions our warfighters need right now in every corner of the globe. Those solutions cannot come soon enough. As every person in this room knows, our nation is facing a more complex and competitive geopolitical climate than ever experienced before. Today, we are operating in a battle space that is quickly growing in lethality and complexity, and we face challenges across the globe, from the seabed to the stars. The People's Republic of China, striving unceasingly toward its objective of national rejuvenation, is aggressively leveraging its economic power to grow and modernize its military. Over the past 3 decades, the PRC has tripled the size of its Navy, expanded its strategic nuclear capacity and capability, advanced its cyber, space, and information warfare capabilities, and constructed a system of sophisticated sensors and long-range precision weapons. They continue to intimidate neighbors, challenge free and open access to the seas, and hold our naval forces at risk. The Indo-Pacific is the largest, most challenging, and most consequential AOR today, tomorrow, and will likely remain so for the rest of many of our careers, especially for junior officer and enlisted warfighters who are here today. This challenge is compounded by the acute threat from Russia, who seeks to fracture NATO and reestablish its sphere of influence through military force, disinformation, and economic pressure. And despite our attempts to stay in competition, the adversary always gets a vote, and we find ourselves once again pulled back into the Middle East. Over the last several months, Iranian-backed Houthi forces have launched dozens of missiles and UAV attacks against U.S. and international vessels lawfully transiting the Red Sea, one of the world's most critical waterways, now an active weapons engagement zone. And Israel has been profoundly changed over the last several months as well. Today's security environment is also characterized by the rapid pace of innovation. While our nation and our armed forces thrive on innovation, the ability for strategic competitors and non-state actors to gain access to cutting-edge technologies also enables them to threaten American interests and our national security. To state the obvious, none of you gets to pick the world that you graduate into. That world has already been formed. Now I charge you to change it. As the Navy's information boss, I have said on many stages and at many podiums that while the world and the pace of technology is changing at an exponential rate, the one thing that remains constant and is our true north is our people, our uniformed and civilian warfighters who possess the skills, knowledge, expertise, and drive to shape the world we all want to live in tomorrow and pass on to our children. And that strength is even greater because of our allies and the fact that international presence is integrated here. All of your unique talents and now the technical and hands-on experience you have acquired over the last several months will be the profound catalyst that drives the pace of change. Each of you has achieved something remarkable here. Have no doubt you will have an impact as you return to your commands and to your home nations. So as customary with any good graduation speech, I'm going to leave you with my charge. That's right, the work isn't done, and frankly, it never is. Each of these tenets will prove important as you begin this new stage in your career, and in the spirit of the institution we're gathered in today, I will call them my 4 ships. First, mentorship. Each of you, after completing this academic journey, knows how critical mentorship is. Share the wisdom and experiences you've gleaned here with others. If you don't think you are the right mentor for someone, match that person with other mentors and encourage them to find someone they can connect with. The follow-on to mentorship, and ship number 2, is sponsorship. Make concrete efforts to connect talented members in your circles with the right opportunities. So more than just mentoring, sponsorship produces outcomes and matches people with possibilities. For many of you sitting here today, MPS may have been this possibility. Who were the guiding hands that helped get you here today? Don't miss an opportunity to show another person in your circle what they are capable of doing. The next ship is friendship. Looking back at my career, the times that were most personally and professionally fulfilling to me were those in which I could share in a network of friends and take pride in their accomplishments as much as mine. The relationships you have formed here at MPS are just as important as the knowledge you have gained. The bonds of camaraderie and mutual respect you have shared will be invaluable as you move forward. You are now part of a global network of MPS alumni, a community that spans all branches of our military and extends to our international partners. These connections will provide support, collaboration, and inspiration throughout your careers. Don't underestimate, if you stay in service, who you will reconnect with 10, 15 years from now in some obscure part of the globe. You will run into someone that you probably went to MPS with because of the trajectories that each of you are on. Incredibly powerful in terms of what that network means. And lastly, partnership. I wouldn't be here today without my partner, which happens to be my husband of more than 20 years, a retired Marine officer, Rob, and his investment in our shared course. There is no one playbook, but whoever your partner is, that village of people that important person, your children, your family. Carry them with you as you chart your path forward. And on that note, I would like to take another moment to acknowledge the families, friends, and loved ones who are here supporting our graduates today. Behind every paper, every late-night study session, there was a network of loved ones providing encouragement and understanding. To all the spouses, the children, the moms, the dads, grandparents, siblings, and other loved ones who are here today, thank you for your unwavering support. And I would ask for a round of applause for all of them. And in closing, to our graduates, remember that your education does not end here. Continue to seek out knowledge, question assumptions, and innovate. Our nation demands nothing less of you, and I know every one of you are up to the task. So congratulations, and thank you again for allowing me to be part of this day.
I would now like to invite President Rondeau, Provost Newman, and Admiral Aeschbach forward for the conferring of degrees upon our doctoral candidates. Will the candidates for the degree Doctor of Philosophy please stand and proceed to the platform?
Will Naval Officer Commander Justin Ivancic from the Department of Applied Physics, the candidate for the degree Doctor of Philosophy in Applied Physics, please cross the stage? The title of Commander Ivancic's dissertation is Investigation of Multi-Resonant MEMS Directional Acoustic Sensors. Commander Ivancic's dissertation advisor is Professor Fabio Alves from the Department of Applied Physics. Commander Ivancic's research, sponsored by the Office of Naval Research and the Naval Information Warfare Center Pacific, was on miniature acoustic detection sensors. He designed a small device about the size of a thumbnail, capable of detecting the direction of arrival of sound. His device is not only small but extremely sensitive, making it ideal for tracking quiet targets. The sensor is being investigated for use by troops on the battlefield. During field experiments, he used his sensor to track gunshots, drones, and underwater sound sources. His research represents a significant advancement in the field of small-scale directional acoustic sensors. President Rondeau, I present to you Commander Ivancic. He has completed all requirements prescribed by the faculty and is recommended for the degree Doctor of Philosophy in Applied Physics.
By the authority vested in me, I confer upon you the degree Doctor of Philosophy with all the rights, the privileges, and responsibilities thereunto pertaining.
Will Naval Officer Lieutenant Commander Nabil Tahan from the Department of Information Sciences, the candidate for the degree Doctor of Philosophy in Information Sciences, please cross the stage? The title of Lieutenant Commander Tahan's dissertation is Resilience Capacity of Military Healthcare, quantifying the effects of technology-induced shocks on social networks within military treatment facilities implementing an electronic health record system. Lieutenant Commander Tahan's dissertation advisor is Professor Dan Boger from the Department of Information Science. Lieutenant Commander Tahan conducted groundbreaking research on how organizations can become more resilient during the implementation of health information technology by analyzing communication patterns among healthcare professionals in 7 treatment facilities worldwide and using social network analysis and advanced statistical methods. The study revealed how technology changes impact team dynamics and resilience. With data from 270 professionals, the findings show that adapting to new technology after technology shock actually strengthens group performance and resilience. This research not only validates the organizational resilience framework, but also offers valuable recommendations for effective change management and policy development. President Rondeau, I present to you Lieutenant Commander Tahan. He has completed all requirements prescribed by the faculty and is recommended for the degree Doctor of Philosophy in Information Sciences.
By the authority vested in me, I confer upon you the degree Doctor of Philosophy with all the rights, the privileges, and responsibilities thereunto pertaining.
Will Marine Corps Officer Major John Thomas Fisher from the Department of Computer Science, the candidate for the degree Doctor of Philosophy in Computer Science, please cross the stage. The title of Major Fisher's dissertation is Enabling Global Maritime Domain Awareness through Bayesian Deep Learning Powered Autonomous Self-Sustaining Remote Passive Sonar Systems. Major Fisher's advisor is Professor Marco Orscanen from the Department of Computer Science. Major Fisher, in research sponsored by the Office of Naval Research, employed various state-of-the-art Bayesian deep learning techniques to detect and classify ships using acoustic data collected by remote passive sonar sensors. Now, Bayesian is actually a PhD level word that really means every time you learn something new, you adjust your guess to be more accurate. As part of his research, he developed the tools to automatically label passive sonar data for ship detection and classification tasks, published the largest publicly available labeled passive sonar data set, and evaluated numerous statistical aggregation techniques for combining the parameters of Bayesian deep learning models in federated learning. His research is applicable in diverse scenarios across operational domains and is already impacting several DoD projects. President Rondeau, I present to you Major Fisher. He has completed all requirements prescribed by the faculty and is recommended for the degree Doctor of Philosophy in Computer Science.
By the authority vested in me, I confer upon you the Doctor of Philosophy with all the rights, the privileges, and the responsibilities thereunto pertaining.
Will Marine Corps Officer Lieutenant Colonel Scotty Black, the candidate for the degree Doctor of Philosophy in Modeling, Virtual Environments, and Simulation, please cross the stage. The title of Lieutenant Colonel Black's dissertation is Mastering the Digital Art of War, Developing Intelligent Combat Simulation Agents for Wargaming Using Hierarchical Reinforcement Learning. Lieutenant Colonel Black's thesis advisor is Professor Christian Darkin from the Computer Science Department. Standing in for Professor Darkin is Professor Ermery Below from the Institute of Modeling, Virtual Environments, and Simulation. Lieutenant, please. Lieutenant Colonel Black, in research sponsored by the Naval Information Warfare Center Pacific and the Office of Naval Research, designed, developed, and tested a comprehensive approach to creating computer programs called intelligent agents that simulate human-like intelligence and behaviors in combat simulations. He did this using a combination of techniques that simplify complex information, integrate different models, and break down tasks into manageable parts. This approach significantly impacted the performance and efficiency of AI in combat simulations, allowing them to handle much more complex scenarios than before. His research underscores artificial intelligence's potential in revolutionizing wargaming and ultimately transforming the way we make decisions in future conflicts. President Rondeau, I present to you Lieutenant Colonel Black. He has completed all requirements prescribed by the faculty and is recommended for the degree Doctor of Philosophy in Modeling, Virtual Environments, and Simulation.
By the authority vested in me, I confer upon you the degree Doctor of Philosophy with all the rights, the privileges, and the responsibilities thereunto pertaining.
Will the candidates for the degrees Master of Arts, Master of Science, Master of Engineering, Master of Business Administration, and Master of Applied Cyber Operations please stand?
President Rondeau, I present to you these candidates. After consideration of their academic accomplishments, the Academic Council will recommend them for the degree Master of Arts, Master of Science, Master of Engineering, Master of Business Administration, and Master of Applied Cyber Operations, as specified.
Well, okay. I guess I'll do this. Upon the recommendation of the Academic Council, I will, by the authority vested in me, confer upon you the degrees Master of Arts, Master of Science, and Master of Business Administration as specified, with all the rights, the privileges, and the responsibilities thereunto pertaining.
Will the first row of candidates please proceed to the platform? Remaining candidates, please be seated. Of this quarter's graduating class of 335 students, 86 have also earned their Command and Staff Diploma from the Joint Professional Military Education Program sponsored by the Naval War College. Graduating with a degree, Master of Arts in Security Studies, Middle East, South Asia, Sub-Saharan Africa, Major Logan Wilhelm, United States Marine Corps. Major Alhaji Ba, Sierra Leone Army. Lieutenant James Leto, United States Navy. Lieutenant Commander Jeffrey Veach, United States Navy. Captain Nathan Jackson, United States Air Force. Captain Kaylin Mendez, United States Air Force. Graduating with a degree, Master of Arts in Security Studies, East Asia and the Indo-Pacific, Major Matthew Ferns, United States Marine Corps. Captain Ryan Johnston, United States Marine Corps. Captain Brainard Jones, United States Marine Corps. Major Traver Mayfield, United States Marine Corps. Captain Josiah Mellentine, United States Marine Corps. Major Kyle Rimpey, United States Marine Corps. Captain Paul Showalter Blades, United States Marine Corps. Captain Colby Smith, United States Marine Corps. Major Viet Tram, United States Marine Corps. Receiving the Foreign Area Officer Association Award for Excellence in International Affairs, recognized for an outstanding thesis, Major Robin Yee, United States Marine Corps. Captain Dieter Young, United States Marine Corps. Lieutenant Juliana Verissimo, United States Navy. Lieutenant Courtney Fuller, United States Navy. Lieutenant Robert Fontana, United States Navy. Major Chi-Hoon Kim, United States Air Force. Major En-Han Trong, United States Air Force. Graduating with a degree, Master of Arts in Security Studies, Western Hemisphere, receiving the Louis D. Liskin Award for Excellence in Regional Security Studies, with distinction and recognized for an outstanding thesis, Major David Engel, United States Marine Corps. Captain Hunter Johnson, United States Marine Corps. Captain Mario Mastriano, United States Marine Corps. Major Jonathan Argyle, United States Army. Major Nestor Lugo Vieira, United States Army. Lieutenant Michael Willis, United States Navy. Major Ryan Mayer, United States Air Force. Major Catherine Rubanning, United States Air Force. Graduating with a degree, Master of Arts in Security Studies, Europe and Eurasia, Captain Daniel Fulmer, United States Marine Corps. Captain Megan Lessig, United States Marine Corps. Major Sarah Mobilio, United States Marine Corps. Major Cole Hanna, United States Army. Graduating with distinction, receiving the International Student Award for Excellence in Regional or Security Studies and recognized for an outstanding thesis, Lieutenant Colonel Dennis Wartenberg, German Army. Lieutenant Commander Kimberly Trezza, United States Navy. Receiving the Outstanding United States Air Force Graduate Award, Department of National Security Affairs, Major Jonathan Meekum, United States Air Force. Major Bradley Schmidt, United States Air Force. Lieutenant Colonel Matthias Haublein, German Air Force. Graduating with a degree, Master of Arts in Security Studies, Strategic Studies, Lieutenant Hannah Andre, United States Navy. Graduating with distinction, Lieutenant Olivia Bancroft, United States Navy. Graduating with a degree, Master of Arts in Security Studies, Homeland Security and Defense, Luis Andrea Urso, United States Navy. Graduating with a degree, Master of Arts in Security Studies, Combating Terrorism, Policy and Strategy, Lieutenant Joshua Delaney, United States Army. Graduating with a degree, Master of Science in Electrical Engineering, Lieutenant Eric Alexander Bowden, United States Navy. Graduating with distinction and receiving the John McReynolds Wozencraft Electrical and Computer Engineering Academic Honor Award, Lieutenant Commander Filipos Filippo, Hellenic Navy. Ensign Guillermo Paz, United States Navy. Ensign Olivia Tamar Shapiro, United States Navy. Graduating with a degree, Master of Engineering, Electrical Engineering, Mr. Omar Del Rio, Department of Defense. Graduating with a degree, Master of Science in Applied Mathematics, receiving the Warren Randolph Church Award for Excellence in Mathematics and recognized for an outstanding thesis, Lieutenant Commander Scott Adams, United States Navy. Recognized for an outstanding thesis, Ensign Jessica Michelle Riggs, United States Navy. Graduating with a degree, Master of Science in Aerospace Engineering, and recognized for an outstanding thesis, Ensign Keith Bliss, United States Navy. Ensign Brian Flaherty, United States Navy. Ensign Jonah Raymond Von Hatt, United States Navy. Ensign Colin Hippler, United States Navy. Ensign Sean Keeley, United States Navy. Ensign Ross Massey, United States Navy. Ensign Timothy Meyer, United States Navy. Recognized for an outstanding thesis, Ensign Samuel Nafis, United States Navy. Recognized for an outstanding thesis, Ensign Max Plum, United States Navy. Recognized for an outstanding thesis, Ensign Blake Paddock Rowland, United States Navy. Ensign Luke William Shermosusen, United States Navy. Recognized for an outstanding thesis, Ensign Cade Trauger, United States Navy. Graduating with a degree, Master of Science in Aeronautical Engineering, Ensign Lucas Paul Bly, United States Navy. Recognized for an outstanding thesis, Ensign Jack Page Brake, United States Navy. Ensign Christopher Deere, United States Navy. Recognized for an outstanding thesis, Ensign Alex Eugene Hooker, United States Navy. Ensign Jet Reed Isley, United States Navy. Ensign Justin Kyle Shalom, United States Navy. Recognized for an outstanding thesis, Ensign Miles Zembruski, United States Navy. Graduating with a degree, Master of Science in Mechanical Engineering, Ensign Amanda Marie Yukdug Augustin, United States Navy. Lieutenant Brittany Barfield, United States Navy. Ensign Gianluca Freschi, United States Navy. Graduating with distinction, Lieutenant Kyle Joseph Gons, United States Navy. Ensign Sidney Hall Smith, United States Navy. Ensign David Charles Huizenga, United States Navy. Ensign Nathaniel Johnson, United States Navy. Recognized for an outstanding thesis, Ensign Chad Joseph Nathy, United States Navy. Recognized for an outstanding thesis, Ensign Hayden Davis Perrin, United States Navy. Received the Naval Sea Systems Command Award in Naval/Mechanical Engineering and recognized for an outstanding thesis, Lieutenant Commander Lacey Rashke, United States Navy. Lieutenant Chris Rodriguez, United States Navy. Ensign Stephen Raymond Stokes, United States Navy. Ensign Dylan Wood, United States Navy. Lieutenant Megan Rice, United States Coast Guard. Graduating with the degree, Master of Science in Space Systems Operation, Captain Gregory Gaines, United States Marine Corps. Also graduating with the degree, Master of Business Administration in Defense Program Management, received the Space Systems Operation Award for Academic Excellence, the Tyler National Security Research Award, the Distinguished Professor Kenneth E. Yuski Dean's Medal for Innovation, the Department of Defense Management, and recognized for an outstanding thesis, Captain Daniel Lim, United States Marine Corps. Also graduating with a degree, Master of Science in Applied Physics, Captain Alex Lissoni Warren, United States Marine Corps. Also graduating with a degree, Master of Science in Astronautical Engineering, Major Rebecca Christine Mazzani, United States Marine Corps. Recognized for an outstanding thesis, Major Jonathan Michael Powell, United States Marine Corps. Captain Michael Spain, United States Marine Corps. Captain Jason Turdo, United States Marine Corps. Captain Robert Ficino, United States Army. Lieutenant Stephen Bakotic, United States Navy. Lieutenant Frank Dennis, United States Navy. Graduating with the degree Master of Engineering in Mechanical Engineering. Graduating with distinction, received the Monterey Peninsula Council of the Navy League, Lieutenant Commander Tom Winnett Highest Academic Achievement Award, the Chief of Naval Research Award for Excellence in Robotics and Autonomous Systems, and the Distinguished Professor Kenneth E. Yuski Dean Medal for Innovation, the Tyler National Security Award, and recognized for an outstanding thesis, Lieutenant Austin Dumas, United States Navy. Recognized for an outstanding thesis, Lieutenant Jeffrey Power Elliott, United States Navy. Receiving the Tyler National Security Research Award, the Distinguished Professor Kenneth Yuski Dean Medal for Innovation, and the Admiral William Adger Moffett Space System Award, and recognized for an outstanding thesis, Lieutenant Commander Hans Michael Lawson, United States Navy. Lieutenant Commander Travis Wade Lewis, United States Navy. Lieutenant Corbin Mello, United States Navy. Lieutenant Victoria Faith Moore, United States Navy. Graduate with the degree Master of Science in System Engineering, Ensign William Davis, United States Navy. Lieutenant Ryan Herman, United States Navy. Ensign Jacob Lowe, United States Navy. Recognized for an outstanding thesis, Ensign Ryan Plickies, United States Navy. Lieutenant Leonardo Joffre, Chilean Navy. Lieutenant Gabrielle Smith, United States Navy. Commander Eric Kowalski, United States Navy. Graduating with a degree Master of Science in System Engineering Analysis, Lieutenant Colonel Fabio Diego Matias de Souza, Brazilian Air Force. Lieutenant Chi Zhen-Chu, Taiwan Navy. Graduating with a degree Master of Science in Engineering Science, Electrical Engineering, Lieutenant Commander Blaine Decker, United States Navy. Receiving the Surface Navy Association Award for Excellence in Surface Warfare Research, Lieutenant Daniel Smart, United States Navy. Graduating with a degree Master of Science in Computer Science, graduating with distinction, Captain Stephen Steckler, United States Marine Corps. Lieutenant Thomas Glade, United States Navy. Graduating with distinction, Ensign Kerry Hutchins II, United States Navy. Receiving the Rear Admiral Grace Murray Hopper Computer Science Award, Lieutenant Adam Robert Schroeder, United States Navy. Lieutenant Commander Joseph Zisler, United States Navy. Graduating with a degree Master of Science in Modeling, Virtual Environments and Simulation, receiving the Commander George L. Phillips Modeling, Virtual Environments and Simulation Awards, Major Thomas Andrew Cecil II, United States Marine Corps. Captain John Stephen Fredrickson, United States Marine Corps. Captain Sean William Eastless, United States Marine Corps. Recognized for an outstanding thesis, Major William Thomas O'Black, United States Marine Corps. Captain Timothy Nathaniel Tidwell, United States Marine Corps. Lieutenant Angel Marquez Bautista, Mexican Navy. Recognized for an outstanding thesis, Lieutenant Colonel Bruce Edward Schnacky, United States Army. Captain Francisco Javier Ramirez Moreno, Mexican Navy, ex-Army. Major Daniel Sloan, United States Army. Graduating with a degree, Master of Applied Cyber Operations, recognized for an outstanding thesis, Chief Petty Officer Dalen Berry, United States Navy. Graduating with distinction and receiving the degree Master of Science in Cyber Systems and Operations, recognized for an outstanding thesis, Lieutenant Commander Adam Raymond Paul Arndt, United States Navy. Graduating with the degrees Master of Science in Information Technology Management and Master of Business Administration Logistics Information Technology, Captain Lyle Beleza Bacaltos, United States Marine Corps. Also graduating with the degree Master of Business Administration Logistics Information Technology, Captain Avery Ryan Bassett, United States Marine Corps. Also receiving the degree Master of Business Administration Logistics Information Technology, Captain Jordan Cheyenne Eubanks, United States Marine Corps. Graduating with distinction and receiving the Gary Laughlin Patriot Award and recognized for an outstanding thesis, Major Joshua Eugene Langham, United States Marine Corps. Also receiving the degree Master of Business Administration Logistics Information Technology, Captain Seth McAnally, United States Marine Corps. Captain Nathan Phelps, United States Marine Corps. Captain Trevor Raymond, United States Marine Corps. Also receiving the degree Master of Business Administration Logistics Information Technology, Captain Kenny Vashwini, United States Marine Corps. Graduating with distinction, receiving the Rear Admiral Grace Murray Hopper Information Technology Management Award and recognized for an outstanding thesis, Major Frank Volinsky, Jr., United States Marine Corps. Graduating with the degree Master of Science in Information Warfare Systems Engineering, Major Matthew Talbot Borkowski, United States Marine Corps. Captain Ryan Thomas Hedgecorth, United States Marine Corps. Captain Deandra Irby, United States Marine Corps. Recognized for an outstanding thesis, Captain Ryan Kearse, United States Marine Corps. Major Matthew Scheidley, United States Marine Corps. Captain Zachary Joseph Scheidley, United States Marine Corps. Captain Juan Thomas Valencia, United States Marine Corps. Captain Joseph Aaron Yates III, United States Marine Corps. Recognized for an outstanding thesis, Lieutenant Commander Yukio Ito, Japanese Self-Defense Forces. Graduating with the degree Master of Science in Network Operations and Technology, Lieutenant Commander Luis Banch, United States Navy. Graduating with distinction, Lieutenant Christian Severn Brown, United States Navy. Lieutenant William Campbell, United States Navy. Recognized for an outstanding thesis, Lieutenant Anthony Castillo, United States Navy. Graduating with distinction and recognized for an outstanding thesis, Lieutenant Commander Alan Andrew Gutberlet, United States Navy. Recognized for an outstanding thesis, Lieutenant Commander David Hamilton, United States Navy. Lieutenant Brian LaRush, II, United States Navy. Recognized for an outstanding thesis, Lieutenant Zachary Christian Moore, United States Navy. Receiving the Network Operations and Technology Outstanding Graduate Award, Commander Matthew Morris, United States Navy. Lieutenant Commander Jared Michael Olona, United States Navy. Lieutenant Michael Wade Parker, United States Navy. Lieutenant Commander Kenneth Roy Stout, United States Navy. Lieutenant Taylor Lee Aiko York, United States Navy. Graduating with a degree, Master of Science in System Engineering, Miss Elizabeth Ann Nielsen, United States Army Combat Capabilities Development Command. Graduating with a degree, Master of Science in Meteorology and Physical Oceanography. Graduating with distinction, received the Oceanography of the Navy Award for outstanding academic performance in meteorology and oceanography. And recognized for an outstanding thesis, Lieutenant Commander Lindsay Darling, United States Navy. Lieutenant Commander Jasmine Stoll, De Pompeo, United States Navy. Lieutenant Commander Jeremiah Morgan Griffin, United States Navy. Lieutenant Commander Raul Miguel Ramirez, United States Navy. Lieutenant Commander Fitzherbert Sabino Santos, United States Navy. Graduating with a degree, Master of Science in Physical Oceanography, Ensign Daniel Joseph Foner, United States Navy. Ensign Caitlin Rose Nogtrebe, United States Navy. Ensign Evan Schliffstein, United States Navy. Graduating with a degree, Master of Science in Applied Physics, Captain Carl Paul Flynn, United States Marine Corps. Captain Kurdo Ahmed Sharif, United States Marine Corps. Lieutenant Nicholas Brian Cully, United States Navy. Lieutenant Marcos Gonzalez Raffles, United States Navy. Recognized for an outstanding thesis, Lieutenant Mitchell Ermer, United States Navy. Ensign Enzo Kim, United States Navy. Receiving the Naval Sea Systems Command Award for Excellence in Combat Systems, Lieutenant Commander Danica Marie Connick, United States Navy. Lieutenant Gerard Alexander Merville, United States Navy. Ensign Vanessa Marie Ortiz, United States Navy. Receiving the John Hopkins Applied Physics Laboratory Award for Excellence in Applied Physics Research, Ensign Kalen John Stevens, United States Navy. Graduating with a degree, Master of Science in Applied Design for Innovation, Technical Sergeant George Brooks, United States Air Force. Major Ian Patrick McAlpine, United States Army. Graduating with a degree, Master of Science in Defense Analysis, Gunnery Sergeant Juster Splanick, United States Marine Corps. Recognized for an outstanding thesis, Major Rudolf Vandenbosch, Royal Netherlands Marine Corps. Colonel Ryan Charles Calanta, Philippine Army. Received the Association of the United States Army General Joseph W. Stilwell Chapter Award for Outstanding Army Student and recognized for an outstanding thesis, Major Eric Chaya, United States Army. Graduating with distinction, Major Eldar Hagen, Norwegian Army. Major Levi Ryan Rudebush, United States Army. Major Johan Swetikani, Danish Defense. Major William John Tyna, United States Army. Major Miguel Aduna Longoria, Mexican Navy. Also receiving the degree Master of Science in Cyber Systems and Operations, Lieutenant Commander Roger William Long, Jr., United States Navy. Major Song Wei Pei, Republic of Singapore Navy. Receiving the Naval Postgraduate School Outstanding Academic Achievement Award for International Student, Lieutenant Commander Benjamin Slette Sverdrup, Norwegian Army. Lieutenant Commander Kenneth C. Walls, Jr., United States Navy. Receiving the Air Force Association Award for Outstanding U.S. Air Force Student, Senior Master Sergeant Jessica Lilick, United States Air Force. Major Thomas Stephen Repshaw, United States Air Force. Lieutenant Colonel Abdul Razak Mustafa, Ghana Air Force. Graduating with the degree Master of Science in Information Strategy and Political Warfare and recognized for an outstanding thesis, Lieutenant Rihan Imamul Kahid, Indonesian Navy. Graduating with distinction and receiving the degree Master of Science in Applied Science Operations Research, Ensign Joshua Benton Dubberly, United States Navy. Ensign Ryan Grafman, United States Navy. Ensign Nicholas Patrick Hilaire, United States Navy. Recognized for an outstanding thesis, Ensign Sean Graham Lee, United States Navy. Ensign Catherine Livingston, United States Navy. Ensign Giovanni Macaluso, United States Navy. Ensign Rocco Samir Patel, United States Navy. Ensign Jared Perez, United States Navy. Ensign Nathan Dudley Williams, United States Navy. Graduating with the degree Master of Science in Operations Research, Captain Jackson Baker, United States Marine Corps. Captain Randy Beggs, United States Marine Corps. Receiving the Military Operations Research Society Stephen A. Tilsted Graduate Research Award and the Commander Naval Air Forces Award for Excellence in Aviation Warfare and recognized for an outstanding thesis, Lieutenant Colonel Christopher Bromley, United States Marine Corps. Captain Stabar Cervantes, United States Marine Corps. Receiving the Chief of Naval Operations Award for Excellence in Operations Research and recognized for an outstanding thesis, Major Hannah Ariel Crawford, United States Marine Corps. Captain Vincent Faust II, United States Marine Corps. Captain Quinn Harrison, United States Marine Corps. Major Kyle Kuhn, United States Marine Corps. Major Tyler Podobnik, United States Marine Corps. Major Anthony Joseph Ramos Martinez, United States Marine Corps. Recognized for an outstanding thesis, Captain Ricardo Rosario Hoover, United States Marine Corps. Lieutenant Colonel Christopher Smith, United States Marine Corps. Captain Frederick Blake Stanford, United States Marine Corps. Captain Barrett Crawford, United States Army. Major Sam Fritz Schreck, United States Army. Major Janet Karanja, United States Army. Major Matthew McDonald, United States Army. Major Austin McGahan, United States Army. Graduating with distinction, Lieutenant Commander Victor Benicio Alves, Brazilian Navy. Receiving the Surface Navy Association Award for Excellence in Surface Warfare Research, Lieutenant Commander Allison Hamill, United States Navy. Lieutenant Junior Grade June Kembao Lee Yog, United States Navy. Graduating with distinction and recognized for an outstanding thesis, Captain Alexander Moore, United States Air Force. Graduating with the degree Master of Business Administration, Acquisitions and Contract Management, Captain Danielle McAnally, United States Marine Corps. Graduating with the degrees Master of Business Administration, Systems Acquisition Management, and Master of Science, Defense Logistics Management, receiving the Louis D. Liskin Award for Excellence in Defense Management, Commander Ibrahim Yusuf Dabar, Djiboutian Navy. Graduating with the degree Master of Science, Defense Contract Management, and recognized for an outstanding thesis, Captain Timothy Malloy, United States Army. Lieutenant Commander Donald Graybill, United States Navy. Lieutenant Commander Masoud Kolani, United States Navy. Lieutenant Commander Jamie Lawson, United States Navy. Lieutenant Commander Angeli Rodriguez, United States Navy. Lieutenant Commander Frank Silva, United States Navy. Receiving the Naval Supply Systems Command Award for Academic Excellence in Management, Lieutenant Commander Tristan Skinner, United States Navy. Graduating with the degree Master of Science, Defense Program Management, and receiving the Army Acquisition Corps Award for Scholastic Achievement, Major Braden Vinoy, U.S. Army. Recognized for an outstanding thesis, Captain Jonathan Young, United States Army. Receiving the Defense Management Faculty Outstanding International Student Award, Commander Sidney Björn Gottwald, German Navy. Ensign Maxwell Nelson, United States Navy. Lieutenant Commander Christopher Monticelli, United States Coast Guard. Lieutenant Commander Brian Muldoon, United States Coast Guard. Graduating with the degree, Master of Science in Management, Defense Systems Analysis, Captain Benjamin Lowe, United States Marine Corps. Graduating with the degree, Master of Science, Defense Logistics Management, and recognized for an outstanding thesis, Captain Jackson Alderman, United States Marine Corps. Lieutenant Commander Kelly Allen, United States Navy. Lieutenant William Contarino, United States Navy. Lieutenant Commander Alan Ulichny, United States Navy. Receiving the Rear Admiral Thomas R. McClellan Award for Academic Excellence in the Department of Defense Management and recognized for an outstanding thesis, Lieutenant Colonel Sheila Superal Gatino, Philippine Air Force. Receiving the Rear Admiral Donald R. Eaton Logistics Award for Outstanding Achievement, Lieutenant Commander Diego do Nascimento de Silva, Brazilian Navy. Receiving the Rear Admiral Donald R. Eaton Logistics Award for Outstanding Achievement, Lieutenant Commander Thiago Nascimento de Silva, Brazilian Navy. Graduating with a degree, Master of Science, Defense Financial Management, Lieutenant Commander Brandon Burkowski, United States Navy. Lieutenant Commander Nicholas Douglas, United States Navy. Receiving the Conrad Scholar Award for Distinguished Academic Achievement in Financial Management, Lieutenant Kenneth Jomelody, United States Navy. Ensign Hannah McGivern, United States Navy. Recognized for an outstanding thesis, Ensign Eric Poffenberger, United States Navy. Receiving the Conrad Scholar Award for Distinguished Academic Achievement in Financial Management, Lieutenant Roselle Torrance, United States Navy. Lieutenant Colonel Ola Danilova, Ministry of Defense, Ukraine. Receiving the Department of the Navy Award for Academic Excellence in Financial Management and recognized for an outstanding thesis, Lieutenant Commander Vinicius Wood da Cruz, Brazilian Navy. Graduating with a degree, Master of Science in Management, Manpower Systems Analysis, Captain Jessica Hansen, United States Marine Corps. Recognized for an outstanding thesis, Captain Connor McCandless, United States Marine Corps. Lieutenant Ashley Corbett, United States Navy. Mr. Javier Soria, Naval Information Warfare Center, Pacific. Graduating with a degree, Master of Science in Program Management, recognized for an outstanding thesis, Major Christopher Huff, United States Marine Corps. Mr. Chad Caruso, Naval Surface Warfare Center, Philadelphia Division. Mr. Daniel Moran, Naval Surface Warfare Center, Philadelphia Division. Receiving the Commander Philip A. Murphy Sweet Memorial Award for Excellence in Acquisition, Mr. William Perdue, Naval Warfare Center, Corona. Graduating with a degree, Master of Science in Defense Contract Management, and recognized for an outstanding thesis, Lieutenant Commander Daigu Zheng, United States Navy. Graduating with a degree in Master of Science in Modeling, Virtual Environments and Simulation, Lieutenant Commander Ho Kwon Jung, Republic of Korea Navy. Graduating with a degree in Master of Science in Engineering Science, Aerospace Engineering, Lieutenant William Aeschbach, United States Navy. Graduating with a degree in Master of Science in Aerospace Engineering, Lieutenant Michael Newman, United States Navy. Mr. Nikhil Battinger, Northrop Grumman. Please join me in giving all our graduates a well-deserved round of applause. Please stand for the benediction.
Receive the benediction. God of grace, God of glory, the rewarder of all who seek you, and the giver of contentment to those who trust in you, bless us now with renewed confidence and peace. Work in us and through the Naval Postgraduate School, now and forevermore. Amen.
Ladies and gentlemen, this concludes today's graduation ceremony. On behalf of President, the Provost, and all of us at the Naval Postgraduate School, I would like to once again thank you for being here today. We also offer our sincere appreciation to the Naval Postgraduate School Color Guard and the Del Monte Brass. Please remain clear of the aisles until the platform party and faculty have departed. On behalf of the Naval Postgraduate School Foundation, I would like to invite graduates, faculty, and guests to a reception in the honor of the graduates in the Barbara McNitt Ballroom of Herman Hall immediately following the ceremony. Thank you.